recording here. All right. Welcome everybody to the Game Awards betting special. I hope you guys are ready. We got a wild one this year. I will say I think the nominees are a little bit stranger than they were last year. A little more unexpected. So probably some interesting bets. We're also going to have some
straying from the norm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that the second one today?
Yeah, we're doing this.
My favorite part of that game is where like you get to that first city and one of the robots is like, "What are you, some kind of stray?" And like, oh man, it really hit hard.
Is that real?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have not played this.
Serious.
No, I haven't played the game. I'm assuming it does happen. Much like this is like when I was telling everybody that in the movie Morbius does actually say it's Morbin time, and like nobody could argue with me. So yeah, I'm Nirav. I'm going to be your host again. I've got the crew back together. So let's introduce everybody. David, say hello.
Hello. Time for some games.
Yeah, everyone say a catchphrase after your name. Momo.
Hi, I'm Momo, and if Elden Ring doesn't win, I will eat a shoe.
Okay. I'm imagining you as an
Shoe.
NPC in a video game, and you're every time someone talks to you, it's like, "Hi, I'm Momo." It's like a
Hi,
JRPG
I'm Momo.
where it's like you have one voice line no matter what the dialogue is.
Hi, I'm Momo.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Can I say that before every sentence?
Yes,
I would
sure.
really prefer if
Go
you
for it.
didn't. Sunny.
Hi, I'm Sonny, and
Yeah.
if Elden Ring does win Game of the Year, I'm going to eat Momo's other shoe.
You're gonna eat Momo's shoe. Interesting. Okay.
Shoe will be eaten.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shoe
the shoe is going to
That's
be
good.
eaten.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
one of the bets.
That's our guarantee to you right now. And Adam.
That's a center square on our bingo card.
Hello, it's Morbin time. Oh shit, that was
Damn.
mistaken. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
It's shoe eating time.
What if Morbius wins Best Adaptation?
Oh man,
What?
if only.
I don't know.
They're gonna shadow drop a Morbius game, and then shadow drop an announcement that it's
That's
also
a wild
the Game
one.
Awards.
You gotta save it.
Yeah, save that.
Guys,
Okay. So what we're gonna do is go through these and put down our bets for the actual awards. So we're gonna do this the same way as last year, roughly. Everyone has 1,000 Todd coins. If I remember correctly, on the front of each Todd coin is a sideways looking. It's like a side profile picture of Todd Howard. On the back is the Vault Boy winking, and then on the bottom, in a little inscription like along the arc of the coin, it says "It just works." So each of us has 1,000 of these Todd coins. You can bet them in 10 increments of 10, and you can make as many or as few bets as you want. Up to you. So you don't have to bet on every category. Remember. Okay, so. There will also be a surprise multiplier at the end for one that'll be doubled and one that'll be halved. So that'll be after we make all our bets. So don't be scared when it happens. All right, so I'm actually gonna have us like end it at Game of the Year. So we'll start at, here and then we'll come back up there. So our first thing here. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to this in audio form, there's a video version on YouTube that would make it easier to follow along. So I would recommend. So, best debut game is up first. This game is going to be... I am not even a little, like, worried about... oh, by the way, shout out, if you see here, to Sunny for making this amazing Excel sheet with drop-down windows. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting in Vampire Survivors, easy. I feel very confident about this. I'm going to put in... I think I'm going to put in 70 on this.
I find having a debut indie and an indie category kind of strange in the Game Awards, but I mean,
well,
I guess
I think the idea is to allow indie games to win 2 awards that year.
Yeah,
Which
hopefully
is
it's not the same one.
I mean, it is a lot of the time though. Like I think Kano won both of those last year, right?
Did it?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I feel like you could just call it best debut, and most of them would still be indie games, but you could skirt around the weirdness of having 2 indie titled.
I have not played Vampire Survivors, but almost everyone I know has, and like was obsessed with it for a long time, and a lot of people I know are still playing it, even like outside of my circle of like game playing friends. Like it's sort
really
of like broken out.
Good
Yeah.
formula for a simple game that gives a lot of content.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it started a whole genre, so it's kind of hard to like. It's hard to match it up. Although I don't know if I'll vote for it. We'll see.
Okay. David, for best debut.
I mean, it's not my favorite on here, but I do agree that just due to the amount of impact it's had, I think this is the only opportunity it's going to be recognized.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone has talked about it on some level in the last couple of months. So, yeah, I think this will be where it shows up. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'll put it
how much you want to put
Vampire
down?
as well. You said so we have 1,000 and
you have
multiples
1,000,
of
yeah,
10.
yeah, and you can see how many you have left at the bottom here.
Can we reorganize them at the end?
If we have,
are we locking in each pick?
You know, I think we got to lock it in before we go to the next round each time. So yeah, after we finish debut game, when we go to the next line, it's locked in.
Okay, well I'll do. Let's see, how many total categories do we have? Just trying to think about.
I think there's
26.
Yeah, well.
26, but then you've got wild ones as well.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, going in for that much is like I'm very confident on it.
Yeah, I get that. I think
can't adjust? I was just gonna say, what if you can't adjust? Like, you can't decrease the amount you've bet afterwards, but if you have leftover Toddcoins,
yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
It somewhere.
Let's do that.
That makes sense. So yeah, I'll start with 50, and then maybe dump a couple more later.
All right, Momo, how do you feel about this?
I'm gonna go neon white. I'll put 30 on neon white just to, just to be contrarian.
I would like neon white to win because I don't feel like it could, which is why I want it to. You know.
Right. I think this would be the category it would potentially win if it gets something.
One thing I was gonna say is I think this is the only category with Vampire Survivors in it, and that's why I think it's gonna win. If it was in another category too, I don't know that I would be so confident. Because I feel like everyone who liked the game for whatever reason is going to be like, yeah, vote for it here, you know. And
I also think like Vampire Survivors kind of embodies the idea of indie gaming, whereas the other ones, like some of these indie games, like Stray, it barely even feels like an indie game, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, Sunny.
I'm not going to vote for this one.
Okay.
Because out of all the games, I've only played one of them, which was Stray, which I would have probably voted for because it's the only one of these that really sort of is noticeably in a lot of the other categories.
Right.
Which kind of states how much people are thinking about it, sort of over some of these others.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not confident enough.
All right, Adam.
Vampire Survivors. I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
It feels like that's the one game I keep hearing people say could have been nominated in other categories, and so that seems like, to me, a good indication that people are pretty high on it for this category.
Okay.
And I'll bet 70 as well.
Wow. All right. Good deal. All right, we are moving on. So best multiplayer. I don't actually feel super confident about this one. I think it's
this is a weird one.
It's a weird one, and again, we can yell forever about how like it doesn't make sense to put these games up against each other, which it doesn't. A lot of them, but
I actually don't mind the nominations. I'm just thinking like choosing one of these is very tough.
There's been a lot of love for TMNT. There has also been a lot of love for Splatoon 3. And
Multiverses was very popular.
Multiverses was popular for a while. I think Multiverses is going to win fighting game, and I don't know, because like that's the fighting game everyone heard about this year. Like, I don't know if COD made enough of an impact this year for multiplayer.
The launch has been kind of bad, honestly.
Yeah,
the servers have been laggy. There's been like, and I mean, I play it, and I probably wouldn't.
I would say I think Overwatch might be here because it is a game people have heard of, and that's all I have to say about that.
If Overwatch wins this, I will be so upset.
I will eat another shoe that Momo owns of a different set.
Another shoe. I will be so upset. Like, it just should not be getting anything.
It should.
I mean, it's a high-profile game, and the first one won Game of the Year, so it makes sense why it's nominated. I get why. I don't think anyone's actually going to vote for it, though.
I don't know. All right, David, do you want to vote in this one?
Did you skip it?
I skipped it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go TMNT.
Okay.
And
awesome. I would love for them to win this.
30.
TMNT was super fun. Like I played it with a good friend of mine because we played Streets of Rage 4 together also, and we had a fucking blast again. Just got some pizza and just like fucking hung out. You know, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's definitely a better multiplayer game than single player game.
Yeah,
as an experience, and I mean, I think Splatoon has a chance because that seems to be very good as well. But,
yeah, I mean, Splatoon's a little harder to predict because it's like how much do they care that it's literally the same game again but better. It's like nothing's new or different to that notable extent.
My logic a lot of times with these is like, does the game get representation elsewhere? I mean, TMNT, this was like an anticipated release. A lot of people were very high on it. It was really well reviewed.
Yeah.
I think this is the only category it could win, so that's why I think.
Fair enough. All right, Momo?
I'm going to skip this one.
Okay. Sunny?
Right, I'm going TMNT as well for this one.
Okay, awesome. How many went in on that?
20 for that.
All right, nice. Adam?
I too will be going for TMNT.
Okay.
I'll go with 20. It seems cool. Right.
Yeah, I really hope you guys are right. This game deserves some love.
Exactly.
Okay, sports and racing. To me, this one is kind of a open and shut one, I think, for Gran Turismo 7. However, I'm gonna put in a little bit less on it. I'm not like Forza Horizon 5 confident about it. So I'm just gonna put in 20 for it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess GT7, by most people's account, is a very good game. I know some people were annoyed with all the creative decisions within like some of the menus and
mostly, I mean, like, I don't know about these other ones, right? Like, I mean...
You know what's funny? I was listening to MinMax earlier, and they actually thought, or Ben, I think, thought Ollie Ollie would win this.
I would love for Ollie Ollie to win this.
I could see that, like, being the smaller game. Yeah. In the category and not like the major pick, because like sports sims pretty much never win even though they get nominated every year. I think it's just because the category doesn't have a lot of options.
Right. You would have put anything down?
I think GT7's gonna probably get this though because it is a well-made game and it looks incredible. But I'm gonna skip like 20.
Okay, Momo.
I'm skipping this one as well.
Okay. Sunny.
Right. I'm going GT7 for this one.
Okay.
I'm putting down 200.
Holy shit.
For it.
Did you play GT7?
No.
This is powerful.
I literally just bought it yesterday on Friday.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like it's basically why people like no the FIFA, F1, and NBA is not going to win, and with Ollie Ollie and GT7, I reckon then the outlets who have sort of that racing person is just probably going to fight for that one more than say Ollie Ollie World, because most people will be like, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But then you have the driving person going, this is a technical masterpiece. This thing tells you can do all the things that you can with it.
I think that's actually exactly like at Easy Allies. I think that's what Blood said anyway, because he's the racing guy. He was like, no, this is it, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Adam.
GT7, 40 points. Okay. I think the only shot that Ollie Ollie World has is like if there's enough disgruntled voters who are like a little bit upset about some of the pay scale stuff that I know GT7 was dealing with controversy with.
Yeah.
Earlier this year.
I feel like that's gonna be forgotten by now.
Yeah, and I think
it seems like that's coming on at this point.
Patched, hasn't it? Like it's better now than it was on launch.
I think that's the case. Plus, like, reviews really weren't affected by it, so I don't really see a shot for anything else besides GT7.
Because pretty cars reflects things.
Well, it was because it was an update that caused that to hason. So it launched good, and then like a couple weeks later, they were like, "Sorry, we just wanted good reviews. We're actually going to destroy this game." So it really depends on how benevolent or how much people know, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they kind of slowly rolled that back.
I'm not sure if they fixed it, but I'm sure someone else would probably know more than I do.
If Blood's confident that it's still gonna win, or whoever you said from Easy Allies, then
yeah,
I'm sure.
So he's a car guy.
Yeah. Okay, so best sim and strategy. I'm actually not gonna vote on this because I feel like it's a little bit weird, and I don't know anything about any of these games except Mario Rabbids. So I think Mario Rabbids is still going to win just out of name brand recognition, but I'm not really super confident in it.
This is one of those categories, like you have to have the person in your media that plays these games.
Yeah.
Like 4 of the 5 are pretty much PC. I know 2 points on consoles, but
yeah,
like most people are playing these on PC except for Mario Rabbids. and that one just came out. It's popular. I'm gonna skip it, but I think this will be a close one because Warhammer 3, Dune Spice Wars is getting good reviews.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a tough one.
Momo?
I'm also gonna skip this one.
Sad. Sunny.
I'm gonna go for Mario on this one.
You go with what?
Because I think Mario Rabbids.
Okay.
So I just think more people have just played that than the rest of them's like, oh, I've played that one out of these 5.
Yeah, that's gotta be true.
It's either Mario or Total War.
Yeah. What do you want to put on that one?
50 for that one.
Okay, nice. I will also point out that 2 Point Hospital launched on Game Pass, so that was big for it too.
Fair.
It was very cute.
Yeah, people liked it a lot. So I just feel like probably it's just not as big as Mario though. Adam.
Like Momo said, this is Total War or Mario. Either one. I'm gonna go with Total War. I think that fan base is pretty dedicated, and I think reviews for it were really, really good too. I'll go with 20 though, because like I said, it's a coin
problem
flip.
is how many of that fan base is in a reviewing outlet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
think have different ones as well.
I think half the people will see this category and vote for Mario just because Mario is on it.
And it just came out, and it was good.
People also remember, like I would, if I was in a jury and like had to pick one of these or something, I would probably vote for Mario, just being that I loved the first one so much, and I'm like, yeah, this one's probably good too. Like I'm sure it is. But that would be great, and I would do that if I worked at Variety magazine. Okay.
One day.
One day. Okay, best family game. I'm gonna put money on this for Kirby. I mean, like, Kirby kind of got snubbed pretty bad this year. Which, like, this. I mean, if anyone didn't play it, like, I think most everyone who played it is like, yeah, this is Game of the Year material. Like, we should be talking about it more. It kind of just sucks that it got slotted into here, but I'm putting money on it for 40 Toddcoins.
I feel bad because I still haven't played it. Even though it's a
like as
a
long-time Kirby fan, it is the best game in the franchise. No contest.
It's not co-op or anything, right? It's pure single player.
It is single player, but it has like a shitty co-op you can play if you have a 1-year-old child who wants to hold a controller.
So kind of like Galaxy style co-op where one player
it's
can,
like Mario Odyssey
around
kind of ish,
the
where
hat.
there's like the hat can like fly around on its own. That's pretty much it.
Which honestly, that's not a bad way of implementing co-op in these kind of games, because if you have a second person that's watching you play but doesn't want to be an active player, that's kind of a fun way to get them involved.
No, it's not. It's certainly okay, and maybe it's good for having family in the family category. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's actually, this is tough because I think Splatoon 3.
I was about to say, like, I love playing Splatoon 3 with my family all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like the category is weird because the idea of like a family game, it just doesn't. I don't know. I think it's like Splatoon doesn't fit that for me.
Yeah, because their official classification is for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform.
For family play.
Who's doing that with Splatoon?
Which you can't co-op. I have a number of friends that have kids that bought a second Switch so that they could play Splatoon 2 with their kid and themselves at the same time.
Okay, all right, I'll let it go. Yeah, David?
But I think Kirby, to be recognized, will be here. So
yeah, if it was in another category, like in Game of the Year, like I don't think it would have been that way. But like because it's not, like I'm 100% confident it will win this award.
Yeah, I'm also going Kirby for 50.
Kirby also features the best final boss fight maybe ever. This game made me fucking just well up. Oh my god, the ending is so good, dude. Everyone play this game. It's so well made. Like, dare I say, and I mean, you know, I know, Momo, you can be quiet now when I say this, but like, I think it's like actually it's made, it's like as well made and as polished as Mario Odyssey, if not more.
So not very good.
Yeah, I already asked you to be quiet. Is the thing?
Do you mean the final boss or just the game as a whole?
No, the whole game. Like the whole game has like the polish of 3D Mario. Like it's amazing.
Because Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game.
Oh no, this fight's gonna begin. All right, we gotta move.
In the interest of time, I will set up.
I'll abstain. Yeah, set up a date outside to speak to each other in court. Okay, Sunny.
I'm skipping this one.
Okay, Adam.
I think this is gonna be Kirby, even though I think I don't know. Like judges were so mixed on voting Kirby in other categories. I could see maybe this going the other way with something else, but I mean Kirby seems like the obvious choice. So 50 for Kirby.
Ooh, powerful. All right, fighting game. I don't really think I understand what's happening in this category.
Dude, I mean, it's been talked about a lot, but seafood is like such a weird decision.
They obviously just ran out of games, and they were like, Sifu has fighting in it.
Was there Mortal Kombat this year? Oh, crap. Well,
no,
even the classification itself even says designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Right.
This just goes to show that the other head is not a person.
Yeah. There's no multiplayer in Sifu at all.
If the computer is controlling the other head, does that count?
Good enough.
Reaction game.
I mean, it's just like I don't even think it's a matter of running out of games because WWE came out this year and apparently WWE game
WWE is good this year.
Yeah, and like I don't think it's a matter of that. I just think it's like once again a matter of like the people who are some of the people who are voting, or at least some of the outlets don't
play these.
Yeah. They don't have as well of a grasp on all the categories as they do others.
Yeah, they're like, we downloaded Multiverses and played it for a day, and we also played Sifu, so I guess those two.
Right. Yeah, there's no like Tekken, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, none of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
Because if you think like Sifu, then why haven't other brawlers ever been on here? Like, you know, Streets of Rage or something, or Team of Team.
Like, if you want to like go super weird with it, like even something like Stranger of Paradise with like the combo system that game uses, like is kind of funny.
Sifu being on here opens this up in a terrible way.
In a weird, very
terribly.
I would rather
it's nightmarish.
I would rather like I agree. I would rather TMNT be in here than Sifu. That would make more sense in a weird way.
Four, right? Just have four. It's not a big hardship if there's only four.
Whoa, sorry, just four? I don't understand. How are you telling me I need to tell Jeff that there's just 4 entries for the category this year and we can't add in One Punch Man?
Wow.
Yeah. I do think that there needs to be like a limit to this sort of thing where it's like, oh yeah, people are voting Sifu, but it's not a fighting game, so we're gonna actually veto those votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Anyway, I'm not putting anything down on this, so David.
I mean, I haven't played any of these. I just bought Sifu, which I don't think is going to win this. So
I think Multiverses is going to win.
I think Multiverses is pretty, because like the other one, this category always feels like you have the one game that was big that year, and then all the other little like anime games where people are like, or the iteration like Kings of Fighters, like there's 15 of them. Like what?
Is it really the king if there's 15 of them? Answer me that.
The final King of Fighters. I'm gonna put Multiverses, but like 10.
Okay.
So, just a little bit.
Cool beans. Momo.
I'm gonna skip this one.
Yeah, I can't fuck with this. I agree. I was like, I'm scared of what's in here.
Yeah, it's just I don't. I'm vetoing.
It's clearly operating at a higher brain level than I can achieve. This category. Sonny.
I'm skipping on this one as well.
Okay. Adam.
Let's go Multiverses 10 just to keep it interesting.
Okay.
All the other points have been made. WWE should have been nominated over Sifu. King of Fighters is probably the best one of this group overall. That is actually a fighting game, but you know.
All right. So best RPG. This one's gonna be weird, I think, because we have to.
I don't think so. I don't.
I do think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be interesting because I don't know if it's gonna be Elden Ring or they're gonna go for Xenoblade for this because Elden Ring's game of the year.
Those are my 2 bets. Yeah, right? I think I have a feeling that Xenoblade 3 will win this one, considering it made it into game of the year.
Yeah,
which tells me that people are thinking about it still, and I think that like if you are giving Elden Ring game of the year, you probably want to give Xenoblade our best RPG. That was my
exact train of thought, which is I'm putting in Xenoblade 3 for 30 here. I think that's what it's gonna be. And however, like maybe if which I think still would be crazy, but like if on the chance God of War does win Game of the Year, like I mean maybe this is Elden Ring instead as best RPG. I don't know. Like maybe.
But I mean, how many outlets are thinking of that far ahead? Like most people, I think, are assuming. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tricky. Nominating for Elden Ring. Any time Elden Ring type of game gets put in an RPG category, it raises these questions like where you have an RPG of a character that you create and you just kind of like play a game as your character, or an RPG where it's like super story heavy.
Yeah,
and it's a there's always this debate like, is Zelda an RPG? No, but
what they've put in here is designed with, so for the best game, designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. That's what they're classing.
So character customization doesn't just mean like the appearance of your character, though. It's like building out the stats and everything that they have, which is like, because like Xenoblade has set characters, but like it does allow you to get really crazy with the different ways you can play, you know, even with the different characters.
I do like that this is all JRPGs though. That there's something about that makes me happy.
Also, Live a Live being nominated is kind of fun, being a remake, even though it's like a pretty ground up remake. But I actually support that.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of like what was going to go in the 5th slot on my sheet, and I was like, Harvestella, I guess? I was like, I couldn't think of anything.
I don't really.
You want to put anything down?
I've only played Elden Ring, so I'm actually gonna skip this.
Okay.
I think Xenoblade will probably win, but I know there's a lot of like Pokemon heads out there that are really fun.
No, yeah, and this is also note should be noted. This is the only category Pokemon's in, so just keep that in mind. Momo.
Yeah, that I am going to actually be wildcard here. I'm gonna do 30 for Pokemon.
Okay, I would love for Pokemon to win this award.
Yeah, I think this might shock us.
Interesting.
I mean, to me, that was like, I don't know, Pokemon was like a huge deal for me this year. RCS, like, I fucking love that game.
All everyone talked about was how it felt like a revolution in Pokemon.
Yeah, it did.
That's like...
and now we've de-revolved back to this.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, Sonny.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I loved Arceus. I play a lot of Pokemon games, and it was awesome. I just think Xenoblade's gonna take it.
Okay. You gonna put in for it?
I'm gonna put Xenoblade down for 50.
All right, nice. Adam.
Man, I thought for sure more people would be voting for Elden Ring. I'm gonna go with Xenoblade though, because I think every point that people have made so far is true. I think a lot of people don't. Kind of on the fence about considering Elden Blade a RPG.
Did you say Elden Blade? That sounds
Elden
awesome.
Blade.
Elden Ring, yeah. Elden Ring.
That's gonna be
games now.
Elden Blade.
Yeah. Square Enix, a new Square Enix game.
I definitely think Elden Ring is an RPG, but that meant
I do too. But I have seen some people on the fence about that.
Honestly, I think it probably will. I wouldn't be shocked at all if it wins this. That's kind of why I skipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xenoblade for 30.
Okay.
I'll do 30.
Nice. Action adventure, my favorite ill-defined category.
This is just the second game of the year award.
Yeah.
Every year, this is like what?
So now I have to do that. Now I have to do the fucking calculus here of like
It's literally the game of the year nominations, except substitute Elden Ring for Tunic, which is like, so they just wanted to put Tunic in a category, I guess. And Elden Ring, I mean, that's basically an action adventure game, right? If Horizon's an action adventure, then Elden Ring's an action adventure.
Yeah,
so it's like...
and like in a weird way, like and like we could talk about this all day. Like I played Horizon Forbidden West. I would argue it's more of an RPG than anything. Like
it's so funny if you read the definition, it says combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, and that's Elden Ring, right? Like that's so clearly what Elden Ring is.
Well, that's like
it's
9
so weird.
nominations.
I would probably be like, stoned in a field if I said this, which I will now. So, but I think Horizon actually belongs more in the RPG category, and Elden Ring might belong more here in a weird way. I'm not sure. Like Horizon Forbidden West is like way more RPG heavy than the first game. Like. It gets like really minute about
change
like
the colors of your clothes now.
Yeah, that wasn't what I meant, but you can also do that. Yeah.
But
like,
I actually really support.
I really liked it. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. This game is like a hardcore RPG. Like it's very much like it reminds me of like Xenoblade and like how hardcore of an RPG it actually is of Horizon. But anyway,
Can we talk about how Stray is an action game now though?
Yeah, because you walk, which is 100%. An action. Got him.
Well, I mean, you like push paint cans, you solve a puzzle where you have to like jump on ledges.
But you do combat. It says combining combat with traversal and puzzle.
Wait,
solving.
does Stray have combat?
You run away from things.
You run away, yeah, you're running away from stuff. There is no combat in that game.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Anyway, fuck it. You know what? Fucking screw the rules. I'm gonna put in Horizon. I want them to win this.
Wow.
I'm putting in 20 for this one, but I want Horizon. I don't think they're going to, but I want them to. It's a great game, and like everyone forgot about it, including me. I didn't play it until last month.
I literally just got the platinum last week. So...
Yeah, we've been talking about it in the Discord. Yeah, like I was really impressed with it. Like
pretty fresh in my mind.
Yeah, same with me. Okay, go.
I think. I mean, I would love. The problem is with Horizon, like the same thing with first game. It's a good game. It's well made. It's got a lot of good stuff. It gets brought out in a year where better games are brought out.
Sure.
Does it get recognized here for something? I think it might.
I don't think. I mean, like, look, we know it's not winning Game of the Year. It's like, where is it gonna win? You know, something. It's gonna get something.
My heart goes with Tunic.
Okay.
Because I think I like Tunic more than Horizon, but I'm gonna give it to Horizon.
Oh wow! Okay.
Just to get something.
What you want to put on?
The funny thing is, like looking at it now, I mean, I think God of War is probably gonna get like actor or something, but God of War, like, it could easily get snubbed on other stuff this year, which would be pretty wild.
Yeah, that's true. What do you want to put down on this?
I'm gonna do like 20.
Okay. Momo.
Somewhat confident that God of War will take a lot of these categories just because of the recency bias. So I'm gonna say God of War.
Okay.
30.
Totally fair.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm assuming it's probably better.
Yeah, I have not played it yet either.
I haven't played it yet either.
I'm curious if I'm gonna like it more or less than Horizon. I feel like I might not like it as much, weirdly. Sunny.
So I'm going for God of War as well. It's funny that it mentions puzzle solving, because technically you're not solving any puzzles, your companions are. That's a separate problem.
Shit.
I mean, Horizon kind of does the same thing, where she's every time she's like, maybe I should use my focus right now.
Oh yeah.
they actually patched it to make it less of that, because it actually was more when it launched. So she only talks like 20% as much as she used to. I mean, and it's still like a lot. What do you want to put down?
I'm gonna because I think I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year. I think they're gonna give it the votes here instead. So I'm putting 150 down for this.
Oh shit! Whoa. All right, whoa.
I mean, I can see that happen.
My train of thought is almost the same way, but I think that Elden Ring is Game of the Year, and then God of War gets the best directing one, which is like the runner-up one almost.
Or narrative, maybe.
I think it's gonna get narrative too, but outside of that, Adam.
I think it's gonna be God of War. I don't think these other games are great, of course. But I think because God of War is a front runner for Game of the Year, I think people are gonna reward it regardless. So I'm gonna go with 90.
Ooh. Okay, this is spicy. I didn't realize. This is a good spicy category. Action game. This one I think is pretty clear cut for me. I'm gonna put down 40 on Bayonetta. I don't really think there's gonna be that much of a discussion about it. I think it's just gonna be Bayonetta.
I would love if Neon White could win this. I don't think it will, but that would be really cool, because I think Neon White kind of encompasses a very specific type of gameplay that doesn't get a lot of focus ever, and it's the level design of Neon White is perfect. Like the amount of little shortcuts that you miss in that game, and it's constantly like flowing, and like the execution you have to beat the dev times is top tier. I like Neon White a lot. I don't think it's going to get any recognition, but I think Bayonetta 3 being Bayonetta 3 will probably.
Yeah. Do you want to put down money?
I was 20. Sifu 2, I mean, and Timothy. This is good. I mean, good category.
Good category,
good games here.
Yeah. Momo.
I'm gonna say Neon White for 20.
Wow. That's powerful.
I have heard enough mixed things about Bayonetta 3 that I think it might clutch.
I think the thing is that like a lot of, not all of it, but a lot of the negative points made about Bayonetta were story focused, and like
fair.
Yeah, it seems like people don't like the ending.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard some people really hate the ending. Although like our reviewer like at GameLuster, like Tim, he's like he loved the ending. I was like, "Oh, okay." Huh. But anyway, regardless, yeah, I just, because this is the category for action game and not like Game of the Year where you're considering all these factors as much, if that makes sense. I feel like that's why I'm confident in Bayonetta, but I don't know. Could be. Sunny?
Yeah, I'm skipped this one because I wasn't sure between Bayonetta and Sifu, because with Sifu, I think it's doing something very interesting with the fact, the whole aging mechanic. Like that is different.
Yeah. That is different. You're right. No, it's cool.
Should be understated. Whereas Bayonetta is Bayonetta.
It's like they did it again. Like
basically,
if you look at the score averages though, they're pretty different. Like Bayonetta came in at like 88 or 89, I think, and Sifu was at 80, which is like
I also
pretty
do
big
think
discrepancy.
that from like directly action, like based on the action combat itself, I do think Sifu is like stands out here.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was shocked playing that game at how that game felt to play, and I think
they executed on martial arts that I think no one ever thought could get to that level in a video game.
It's insane. It's insane. I was mind blown watching the animations and watching how it felt. I was genuinely floored.
Nice.
Yeah, I do hope. So I hope they win, but I can't.
If you have a point, Sonny, you want to follow up?
I was just saying, like, I hope they do win, but you can't really. It's hard to bet against sort of these big titans like Bayonetta that
especially when they come out like the month of the voting.
That's also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to put anything down?
Yeah. This category is super wide open. It feels like everybody has said. I'm gonna go with Neon White for 20 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Accessibility. I don't know a lot about this category and what people judge it on, and to be frank, even the games I've played here, I don't remember a lot about the accessibility features.
Yeah, like how do you compare God of War Ragnarok to Return of Monkey Island for what they're making accessible?
Right, which is why I'm not voting on this, David.
I'm just gonna skip it too.
All right, Momo.
Skipping.
Sonny.
Skipping.
Oh come on, Adam, put down something. Make it spicy.
Because I was gonna skip this category too, but I feel like if
what
we're
if
all
it was
skipping
spicy?
That's kind of lame.
I'll put Last of Us for 10, because they always get Naughty Dog always gets recognition for this stuff. So if you want to give me 10 points for The Last of Us, I'll do that. On David,
I'll do God of War for 10 as well.
All right. I heard some people talking about it. Yeah.
Ragnarok. And I think people are going to want to vote for Ragnarok regardless. It's going to be on the mind for people, so let's just go with 10.
All right, so best VR and AR. I think that Moss Book 2 is going to win this, but I'm not putting money down.
Give me Last of Us 10 on the last category just to have something there.
Okay, sure.
Because, I mean, that's not like a hot take or anything, but they're good at this stuff. And I'm honestly, my pick is Red Matter 2, but Bone Lab being released, they've been. This is a tough one because like Moss Book 2, I think, has probably got the most recognition, but Bone Lab has been.
Yeah, like, when I think of like
VR game for
when I think of like
forever.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't, for me, and like this, somebody who's not playing VR games, like outside the realm of VR games, like when I hear and I try to think about a AAA VR game, like Moss is the first thing that comes to mind for me.
That one probably gets the most marketing.
Yeah, I think it's because of the marketing. I agree, though.
Bone Lab's a weird one because it's been like a game that we could play for a long time, but I guess it's just like officially out. And then Red Matter 2, I just think is a really good puzzle VR game. But I'm gonna put Bone Lab for 20 just to have something. Cool. So.
No Amogus, huh?
I mean, I haven't played it, but that does sound fun to play.
I watched a video of it. It's really dumb. Momo.
I know nothing about this. I'm skipping.
Yeah. Sonny?
I'm going to go for Moss for 50.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I remember this was very well
It's all the marketing, right? Like, if you would, I don't play VR either, because crazy priced.
Right.
But that's the only one of these I've heard of, and I feel that's going to be,
Bone Lab is like the physics engine VR game. Like they have like the best like gunplay and reloading and like physics with like bowling and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Adam.
Could see Among Us take this just because of name recognition. I've heard the VR mode is fun, but I think Moss is like the most recognizable VR game out of this group, so I'm gonna go with Moss with let's just go with 10.
Okay. Everyone make sure you're keeping track of how many coins you have left because we still have wild ones after this too.
Yeah.
It shows on the bottom as well, obviously, that you got it there.
Yep. Yeah, they're at the bottom here. That's what I meant. Community support. I think this is also very ill-defined, and I don't understand it. So I don't know.
Community support and ongoing game feel like the same category. Almost.
They do. Nice. David, you want to pick one or?
And so, like, for that, I mean, I think it's probably going to be 14. 14's had a pretty big year.
I do want to also point out just some meta knowledge. This is the exact same selection of games it was last year, and Final Fantasy won last year. So
I guess maybe they don't want to give it a repeat.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered that's a good point. And Endwalker is like counted into this year because it came out after the cutoff date last year.
I don't really. I mean, think about this and ongoing game. It's got to be like 4 of the same 5 titles every year, right?
Yeah, it pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, by the very
like
nature
Destiny,
of the category,
Final Fantasy, Fortnite is like this all every year. And No Man's Sky's been showing up a lot, and then you got your other one, which is like League or Apex or whatever. I mean, I still think community sports probably gonna be 14 because the community just loves the devs.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
You can't really say anything bad about the devs for 14. So I'm gonna put that for 30.
Okay, nice.
You're right. Those two are the same. They've just swapped out No Man's Sky with Genshin Impact.
Incredible.
No. Oh wow.
Yeah.
The community ongoing. Yeah.
Momo, do you want to put down on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Final Fantasy for 20.
Okay. That is a fair bet.
Again.
Yeah. Sonny?
I'll put Final Fantasy for 50.
Should we just do this back to back with ongoing so we can do
Sure.
both the discussions together?
Yeah, let's do that. And you want to put anything at him?
Yeah, let's go Final Fantasy. I don't think anything else has really set itself apart this year.
Sure.
So I think people will just keep voting for 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with 10 though because
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's the same. Yeah, let's jump down to the ongoing game here now. I mean, like, I think this one, I don't know. I feel like they're the same, but like, yeah, I'm just gonna put down 10 for Final Fantasy for this one. I mean, it's basically the same.
So this is where I think something else will get recognized. And so I know Fortnite had a huge year this year. There's been like debate over whether the new season is actually like as good as other seasons, but the Dragon Ball event was a lot of fun. You know, they had some cool mechanics in it. But I've heard a lot of good things about Genshin this year. A lot of players that play Genshin,
yeah, because they had the biggest expansion
really
they've
obsessed
ever
with
had
it this year. So I'm gonna put Genshin.
Okay.
For 30.
All right.
Who won this category last year?
Final Fantasy won both.
They won both last year, and I think they're gonna win both again. So I'm also putting Final Fantasy for 20.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm putting 14 down for 50 as well.
Okay, nice.
Didn't Witch Queen come out this year, or was that last year?
That's coming out next year.
Sorry, no,
wait. It came out this year.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny is Lightfall was this year, right? Or whatever.
No, Lightfall's next year.
Next year.
Witch Queen.
Witch Queen was this year. Okay.
It was this year because that was a really good expansion. But I think people just forgot about it unless they play Destiny.
I think what's amazing is that World of Warcraft is in none of these categories, even though it's like humongous still.
Yeah.
Which goes to just show how much people hate that game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 14 will take both of these as well. Mm-hmm. Fortnite does have a shot. I feel like that Goku Dragon Ball Z event was really, really popular, but we'll go Final Fantasy 14 10. Okay. Who knows?
Yeah.
And they're doing Star Wars.
Yeah, they did. Oh, they did a Naruto event earlier this year too. That was really huge. I remember that. Okay, so mobile game. I love seeing my friend Diablo Immortal in here. I don't know how this happened.
Hilarious.
I genuinely don't.
Hilarious.
Don't you all have mobiles?
I think this is probably gonna go to Marvel Snap, based on both popularity and recency bias combined. So I'm just gonna put 20 on Marvel Snap.
People are obsessed with that right now.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah,
I'm gonna mirror you.
You're gonna marry him?
Yep. And I'm gonna snap for 20.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
I'm gonna skip.
You gonna skip this? Oh, I thought you were so confident.
I am confident in Marvel Snap, but I'm saving my money for some meaty bets.
Okay. Sonny?
Yeah, I'm skipping because Genshin though, like people love Genshin.
But on mobile?
Yeah.
No, it runs really well on mobile, by the way. I've only played it for like 30 minutes on there, but it runs like amazingly well.
How does Apex run on mobile?
I have not played it myself, but I've heard it's great. Like it's apparently a perfect port, yeah.
I couldn't imagine playing a BR on
They
mobile.
did a similar thing with League of Legends with Apex where it's not the same game. So it's like they remade the game to make it work better for mobile.
So you're not playing against
no, it's
regular players.
No, it's its own pool of players.
Right. Fortnite, you're against the same people, are you?
Fortnite, you are. I think you're in the same pool. Yeah.
I don't know. I never really see people playing in the servers I'm on. I don't know. So I don't know how that works.
You want to put anything down?
No, I'm skipping this one.
All right, Adam.
I think it's gonna be Marvel Snap, the recency bias, and I feel like I've heard people even contemplate putting it in their like best of the year.
Yeah, I also heard that, which is maybe beyond me, but like, yeah, I've heard that too.
So people are really into this. It feels like so. Yeah. Let's go with Marvel Snap. Let's go 20.
Okay.
I'm still not confident because who knows? Again,
I wonder if it'll get ported to PC.
It's on PC.
Yeah, it's on PC as well, is it?
Yeah, it's crossplay.
So it's kind of a Hearthstone sort of situation.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's the PC version. By the way, is like kind of janky. It definitely was made for mobile and then ported to PC. Like, it's not great. All right, for best indie, this is a fucking rough category.
I mean, am 100% confident in this one.
Do you think it'll be Stray just because it's in Game of the Year?
I'm putting 100 in Stray.
Way too many people put way too much. Yeah. Stray's in way too many categories here. It's like,
if Stray can make it into Game of the Year, I would be blown away if it didn't actually win indie. Like, I would genuinely be amazed.
I'm still blown away that it's in Game of the Year.
Yeah,
I am too.
I like the game, but I mean,
no other game made it to indie. I've made it to Game of the No other indie made it to Game of the Year. So if this doesn't win indie, then something's wrong. Like, that's weird. Like, that doesn't logically cannot make sense to me.
To me though, like, sorry,
argument.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like quality wise between both fans and critics, like, Stray was not like the top one of any of the. I think the Stray is the low, or yes, Sifu was the lowest rated on here, but Stray was second of the games on this list.
But like Sifu's reviews are kind of hit because of the difficulty. I think most people played and said this is great, but it's hard.
Yeah, that's also fair. When we were actually doing we got the review code for that, and we gave it a 7, and our reviewer was like 100% based on how difficult it is. Like, if this was like playable, he was like, oh, this might have been a 9, honestly, but. Yeah, I think I think it's going to be Stray. I think it's almost boring at this point. I'm just going to put 20 on it. Boring. David?
I mean, I do like all of these games. I think it's a good lineup of games for like an independent category. Like, if Stray wasn't showing up everywhere, I think this would be a very competitive
I agree.
list.
Yeah, I think the rest of these are all really competitive. And even though I gave Cult of the Lamb an 8, but like, I would love for that to win something because it was fucking great. It was a great game, and I feel like it's getting kind of ignored everywhere else, unfortunately. But
it was good. I liked its ideas. It's great ideas. Not the best execution, in my opinion.
It should be in for art direction. I am abhorred that it is not.
Very unique looking game. Or I like it.
Yeah.
Tell. I'm putting Tunic because it's one of my favorite games of the year, and I just want to put it here for solidarity. So 20.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to put in?
20.
Okay.
I don't think it'll win. It's probably a bit too obtuse for a lot of people to vote for it, but I love the design of this game. I think it's like speaking to me as what I like in a puzzly type of open world game.
Momo, is this going to be a meaty bet for you?
This is Stray for 100.
Hey, that's meaty. Big meaty claws. That's good. Yeah, I would be very very surprised if Stray doesn't win this, but I also kind of don't want it to because it got so many nominations.
Then if it doesn't win, then I genuinely wonder what's going on. Like, how did the people who said this was Game of the Year not also give it indie? That's like, that'd be wild to me. Oh my god.
Yeah, it could be that there were so many indies that were in the running before the nominations were selected, and now that people are like having to reorganize, like, okay, like, it's possible, but it would be like weird. It would be very weird.
It would be shocking. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, Sonny?
I am matching Momo. I'm going for Stray for 100 as well.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Let's go.
Adam.
It was a very fun game, I have to say.
Yeah, I believe you.
I loved my time with Stray.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Logically, I mean, Stray is the obvious choice. I'm kind of also with David, where my heart wants to go with Tunic because Tunic will probably be my top 10 at the end of the year. But we'll go with Stray for 20 because
just to be part of it.
Tunic's my number 2 after Elden Ring.
Wow. I played like 2 hours of Tunic and I did not like it. It was not a Nirav game, not a Nirav friendly game.
It's very much what I look for in a game because Fez is one of my favorite games of all time, and Tunic has those vibes.
Yeah, I did not like Fez either, so that tracks. Games for Impact, the Life is Strange Award. So I have, out of these, only played As Dusk Falls. I think it's a good contender for this. However, I don't know.
Did you cry during any of these?
Oh, I only played As Dusk Falls, and I did not cry during that one. So I'm not putting money on this one because I don't know anything about the others. I know our reviewer for Endling, like we had a code for that over at GameLuster. Like he fucking sobbed and he said it was one of the saddest things he's ever seen.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, it's called Endling Extinction is Forever.
Oh, it's a fox game.
Yeah, it's a game where you play as this family of foxes and you face down like the threat of literal extinction of your species, basically. And like the mortality of like what that actually means.
Is Memoir Blue a video game version of that short from the Love, Death, and Robots?
I don't actually know. I've never heard of Memoir Blue, and I had never heard of Hindsight before either. I know that Naron fucking loved Teenage Exocolonist. Won't stop talking about it. But yeah, I'm not betting on this. David?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only familiar with 2 of them. So, what's the definition of this category?
That's a great question.
For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
How is As Dusk Falls like that thought-provoking? It plays out just pretty much how any of these other games.
Yeah, have you played it?
I watched the allies stream it.
Okay, I mean, like the whole story is the framework of a woman like trying to fight her trauma. Like, I mean, like, you know, she's the one telling the story like as an adult.
But I feel like that's pretty much all of these kind of visual novel style of games. They kind of all go for the same objectives.
Yeah, this one's probably just more popular is the reason.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, like it was an Xbox game and it was on Game Pass day one. People talked about it. Like, the art style like got people's attention. You know, like I think people know what As Dusk Falls is as opposed to some of the others.
It's a name that they can put on a piece of paper. So.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm gonna skip it though.
Sure. Momo.
I do think it's going to be As Dusk Falls, but I'm going to say Teenage Exocolonist for 30.
Oh.
I want that to win, just based on purely the way it looks. It appeals to me very much.
Okay. Sunny?
I'm skipping this one.
All right.
I mean, Citizen Sleeper is a great game, but, I mean, again, I don't really... I don't know how this category works.
Adam?
Just to keep my streak of voting on every category going, I'll go with As Dusk Falls. It seems like the most recognizable.
Yeah, you want to do 10 for that?
Yeah, let's do 10. I know some people love I Was a Teenage Exocolonist and Endling, like people were saying.
Yeah, I just don't feel like enough people played those, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm actually expecting Citizen Sleeper because that's like the indie game, that and Norco, that people talk about. Like, you got to play this.
Yeah, I heard about Norco a lot this year, I will admit. I'm surprised it didn't end up in more places. But I think it's only under narrative, right?
It's an indie or debut, I think, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
No, it's in debut. Yeah, was it not under there? No, it's not. Yeah, I guess it's just under debut. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only category.
Okay, performance. I am willing to put the money on this one, and I think it's gonna go to Man Engage. I think she put on like a fucking transcendent performance in this game, and I think that that was noted in every single review. So yeah, like I still am thinking about it. She's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure Christopher Judge is gonna win this because 2018 he lost to Arthur, right? So
yeah, he did.
I'm gonna put him in for 50.
Yeah, actually, I mean, like, I may. This is gonna also get me maybe killed, but like, I do kind of think that what's his name? I think Arthur Morgan was a better performance. I think that year.
I mean, probably, because Arthur's a great character. I just think Christopher Judge was very good in 2018.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he's great. He's great. There's no question about it.
And I mean, I don't besmirch them giving it to Arthur, but I think he deserves recognition for his performance as Kratos.
I want to point out that, like, and again, like, I think the reviewers noted this, like, Man Engage filmed 3 movies at once, 3 different movies as 3 different characters, as well as a video game where she plays several different people, and, like, it's like a crazy experience to go through to try to play all of this as the same person and stuff. And through the narrative of the game, it's like, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, it's really crazy how she managed to pull this off. And it's a combination of her and the writers and directors and everything, but still, like, I think it should be noted. Momo?
I'm gonna skip this one. I don't know enough. All I know is that no way Ashley Birch is winning because people were so annoyed by the constant talking.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And Aloy, like she's
a great. I mean, she's got a great voice.
I love Aloy.
I think Aloy's direction is very like it's very subdued. You know, she doesn't have she has emotional range, but it's narrow.
No, it's good. And I like it. She seems like she's she plays it in a really realistic way. Sunny.
Christopher Judge for me as well.
Okay.
I'm putting 50 down because he does great. Like he does great in this. I haven't finished it, but yeah, it's amazing what he does.
Adam.
I think this is either Judge or Man. I'm gonna go with Judge though.
Okay.
I think people are going to think. I think people will vote on his performances in Ragnarok and in 2018. I think it will be kind of.
I can see what you mean.
Give him a bit of an advantage, but I'll only go with 40 because I think Manon does have a shot at this.
I think that Sony documentary that came out along with 18 gives Judge a lot of favorable points as well. Like when he's the scene with the bandage and like him physically crying.
The dude like put in the fucking work. Like there's no question about it. Like he put in the work to earn to deserve an award. All right, audio design. I mean, like, to me, I don't feel like I know a lot about this. You know, like, I know COD is in here every year, and I haven't played it, obviously. I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to skip it. But, David, what do you think?
Gran Turismo 7 for 20.
Okay.
I mean, I do think it's hard to compare, like, a car game to a gun game to something like Elden Ring, where... I mean, Elden Ring, even that... The audio design's good, but it didn't really, like, stand out to me as being... amazing, you know. I hear things and be like,
right,
sounds good.
The only game in recent years where as I was playing it, the thought came into my head, this is gonna win audio design, was The Last of Us 2. Like it's just not something that you notice as
that's
much.
When I go back to live, which I don't think won, but that's like
Returnal is one other one that comes to mind where some of the sound design is really good. I also think like Elden Ring's, although Elden Ring's sound design is good, I don't think it's gonna win this, and I'm not sure what will, so I'm skipping.
Okay. Sunny.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Gran Turismo will probably win, but I'm not confident enough.
Okay. Adam.
My theory is that God of War will win the most awards. Won't win Game of the Year though, so I will go with God of War for this one. But I'm not confident, so we'll go with 20.
Okay. Score and music. This one is a personal affront to me and everything I've ever loved or cared about.
Sonic.
Yeah, that
just
Sonic
vote for
is not
Sonic
in here.
anyway.
Yeah,
just put 100.
I'm gonna do a write-in for Sonic.
It is interesting. Like maybe it's just too recent, but like Metal Hellsinger getting on here over Sonic feels kind of strange to me. Like cool for Metal Hellsinger, but like it's a lot of songs that are written, you know.
Yeah, I really.
I think the point was brought up previously, but I think it has to do with not enough people getting Sonic codes, and it's a bit too late.
Yeah,
I don't think
agree.
people had the time. Like I didn't get Sonic.
So I was talking.
I don't know.
So Momo, I have some enlightenment for you here on that. But apparently there was a confusion in distributing codes with the PR company that was working with Sega. I was just talking to Ree about this on the podcast before this, and so she was the only one who had a code, and she said she was like getting messages from like people at like huge outlets, like much bigger ones, like, how did you guys get a fucking code? Like we haven't gotten one. And like there was some sort of mess up basically where like all of the codes for like Europe and like North America based things like didn't get distributed, right? And then like they basically had to scramble to get stuff for like IGN and GameSpot, like, you know, like the gigantic ones. And then because The Gamer is like based in Canada, they were under a different grouping, and they were apparently all the Canadian outlets were given codes on time. So like some crazy shit happened with distributing codes. But anyway, that was a side note. But I agree. They just, not a lot of people got a chance to play it. They didn't distribute a lot of codes, so I understand why that happened. As we're going here, I've played Plague Tale and Elden Ring out of these. The soundtrack in Plague Tale stuck out to me a little more than Elden Ring, although both were great, but I'm not going to put down on this. I don't know.
Elden Ring does the Souls formula soundtrack, where it's like ambient music when you're running around, and then huge bombastic music when you're doing bosses, and it's always like really good.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like the same thing that FromSoft does in all their games.
To me, I think Elden Ring is a great example of like the music is perfectly supporting whatever it needs to be at the time, but it's not something I ever really noticed to me. But again, that's just me. So David, did you want to put anything down on one of these?
I feel hurt that Tunic isn't here because that's my favorite soundtrack for a while. Which is funny. On the Discord, someone was saying they thought it didn't fit the game, which just blew my mind because I thought it was one of the most perfect game to soundtrack combinations I've heard in a long time. I actually really like Horizon's soundtrack too. I was kind of surprised.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I also
I was scared.
Soundtrack.
Like the song when you're in the little hub base is, and that kind of plays on loop while you're in there, is really nice.
The whole soundtrack
is acoustic and
really good.
Like mix of synthwave stuff into synthy stuff. I mean,
there are hundreds of different instruments used in that soundtrack. It's crazy.
A great score for the entire game. I was kind of shocked it wasn't on here, honestly.
Yeah, same.
So
I think it's again recency bias.
God of War or Xenoblade. So I'm gonna skip it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Elden Ring for 50.
Okay.
I really loved Elden Ring's soundtrack.
I mean, it's great.
Oh.
That's Demon Souls, please. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Like Halo to me. All right.
All right, Sunny.
No, I can't really. I mean, I like the Metal Hellsinger one just because they've got a lot of sort of famous metal singers to sing on there.
So did Sonic.
I'm personally excited, which I'm personally excited about. Like that's probably the only playlist I'm going to find on Spotify if I can. But no, I'm not confident in here.
Any game that has Surge on it should win an award.
That's true.
There you go.
Adam.
I will say I know awards are subjective and these nominations are subjective, but I think this is the first category I think that's just like bad. I think a lot of the choices are not great compared to what is out there.
I feel like
probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be rude. Like, I could probably put together a list of 5 soundtracks from this year that are better than this of games that I've played. Like
exactly.
Kirby should be in here too. That's another one. Like fuck
Kirby,
that.
Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb. Fantastic.
Tunic is 1,000% an amazing soundtrack. David is 1,000% right about Tunic. So yeah, I'm gonna go with God of War just to continue my theory of it winning the most awards.
Okay.
In total, we'll go with 10 though, because I mean.
What won in 2018?
It did.
No, I'm saying
what did? Red Dead won in 2018 for music.
Oh, over God of War.
Yeah, which to me makes sense. Like Red Dead had a fantastic soundtrack.
Which God of War, like I know playing through 2018. The soundtrack stood out to me. Like I was playing it and constantly noting, like this is a good soundtrack.
If I'm not, I might be wrong, but like I think God of War only won Game of the Year in 2018. I think it lost everything else to Red Dead.
That's right, because everyone thought Red Dead would win Game of the Year. And God of War was kind of like an upset.
The only problem with God of War soundtrack is that most of the time you're too busy listening to dialogue to actually listen to what's any kind of soundtrack.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm a bit not too confident in my choice.
All right, so art direction. I again don't love like how this category turned out. Like, I think Elden Ring. I've played Elden Ring and Horizon here, and I think both have fucking fantastic art direction. I honestly would pick Horizon if I had to choose out of these, which was the best. Like, but I think Elden Ring is probably gonna shine here for art, especially because of the creatures and stuff. Like, I'm gonna put down. 20.
I mean, I get the nominations. They're all great. The design of all 5 of these games is very cohesive and incredible.
Yeah, that's true.
Stray is really shocked me with how cool and diverse some of the areas were. I loved exploring.
Yeah, I got nothing against that. But,
Horizon, like as an art direction standpoint, like the city and the satellites was pretty amazing.
Yeah,
and
dude. The way that they like worked so many different like fashions from different parts of the country into these like primitive versions of themselves, and like I think I was just admiring the other day when I was playing, like the costume design is a phenomenal. Like
it's interesting comparing like Horizon to Elden Ring, because Elden Ring has like distinct areas and it feels like every single area is really cool and unique, whereas Horizon doesn't feel like it feels like a cohesive.
Yeah, it feels like a continuous world. Yeah, I agree. Do you want to put anything down?
I think I don't know. This is hard. I'm gonna go with Elden Ring and give it 30 because I don't know. Elden Ring's just so cool.
Momo.
I think Elden Ring is like one of the most astounding looking AAA games I've played. I mean, I think like its visuals are shocking at points. I think Caelid is one of the most shocking looking places I've ever explored. It seems like a surrealist painting, so I'm gonna give it 100. I think this is an easy win for Elden Ring. I'd be shocked.
I've never played a game like Elden Ring where literally every new area I go to, I'm like, this area is the coolest area in the game.
No, 100%. I agree.
It's mind-blowing.
Very much.
Like that game looks mind-blowing. It's genuinely shocking.
Each area was like actually my favorite part. The part where I like was the most like breathtaking was when I got to the city in the north. What's it called? Like the golden and steel black city. What's it called? The big one?
The big and Orlando too.
Limgrave?
Damn. It's not. It's not Limgrave.
How am I forgetting it?
It's the capital, you know.
The capital, yeah. Leyendell.
Leyendell, yeah. Yeah, that place like actually took my breath away.
When you first get up to the lake and you see Liurnia for the first time, and you're standing up from there, and you see the giant academy up
yeah,
on
the
academy.
Rock, like, oh my god,
on, like,
yes,
that
yeah, you're right.
Mind blowing. Like,
fuck
just
yeah.
some of the most mind blowing visuals I've seen.
Fuck it. Hold on, I'm going back.
Like,
I'm putting in 50.
Absolutely astounding.
I'm doing 50.
One of the best things I've seen in a game is just walking out of that initial gravesite and then opening up to the giant world and seeing the huge tree and everything.
Yeah.
Or Nokron, the first time you go into Nokron and see the sky, or the fake sky, whatever, the roof of the cave.
As far as like open world designs go, in terms of just like the weird things you can look at, I think it's kind of unmatched. Like it has just some of the most natural, like as far as natural like environmental stuff, it is kind of mind blowing. It looks like a dream at all points. It doesn't look real.
Okay, perfect description. It does look like a dream. Even especially, I got that sense in the underground parts, especially like looking up at the sky from there, and like this.
Oh my god!
It really feels like a dream. When you
first travel down there, oh my god, and all this like they look like stars, but you're just underground in a cave. It's like what the fuck is going on?
Is this? Yeah.
Or the first time you get to the Sky City and there's just like tornaudos. Like
oh my god, I fucking love.
Like,
never mind, dude. This is fucking locked out. Never mind. What the fuck did I say?
Like, it's a mind-blowing experience.
All right, Sunny, you put in anything?
No, I'm not putting anything, but I just want to say, like, Scorn looks gross, and I love it.
Yeah, Scorn. I mean,
it's honestly,
art direction.
I think Elden Ring is gonna win this, but if Scorn won, I would not be sad. I would be like, that's awesome, good for them. Seriously, like that's great.
Plenty of games have had forests and ruins, but how many people have had like infrastructure made out of
pulsating alien flesh?
It's great. I love it.
I have no mouth and I must scream or whatever.
Yeah,
back 30 years ago.
Adam.
My heart wants Horizon, but my mind says it's going to be Elden Ring.
Yeah.
For all the reasons Momo just mentioned, and you as well, Nirav. I'm going to go with 30 because I'm still not too confident. But yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. All right. Best adaptation. This one feels like a lockout again.
This is a lock. This is like too easy.
Whatever. I'm gonna put down 80 on this.
We're all going for Uncharted, right? I feel like this category was introduced because of Arcane, and they're like, oh crap, we need to put other stuff in this category.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I do think like Cyberpunk and Arcane are like pretty good.
I think Cyberpunk is worthy of an award. If in any other year, I think it would be that. Yeah.
Maybe the Cuphead show gets respect because like they put the work in, but obviously
it's cute.
Uncharted is like.
Come on, guys.
It's a funny inclusion.
Yeah. I say this as the biggest.
I want to see Mark Wahlberg accept the award.
I am the world's biggest fan of the Uncharted movie, and I like gave it a 7, I think. And it's like, Joe, just for reference, like
this category is going to be like, oh, is it an adaptation that exists? Then we'll put it in. That's sort of what's going to happen. If you get nommed for this category, it's because you exist.
Yes, David.
I think I like Cyberpunk more than Arcane, but I think Arcane's gonna win, so I'm gonna put it for 50.
Okay.
I do think it's fascinating that this anime single-handedly restored the reputation of Cyberpunk.
I agree.
But Arcane is just too big. Like that's gonna win. I'm gonna go 30 for Arcane. It's too huge.
There's so many times I've heard people say like, I want to play the game now, or I want to go back to playing the game.
Arcane made me play a match of League of Legends, which ruined my life. Sunny.
I'm putting Arcane as well. I'll put it down for 50.
All right, Adam.
Everybody's gonna remember the amazing Sting performance from last year when he performed his song from Arcane. And so yeah, Arcane's gonna win this.
That was last year.
Yeah.
At the Game Awards?
Yeah, Sting performed the main song from Arcane there. And Imagine Dragons performed Enemy at the Game Awards too.
Full circle.
Hey, I just said everybody remembered it.
Yeah.
You're ruining my... Yeah.
Everybody wants some beer.
No, of course. I will go with... I don't know. Let's go with 40, because I don't know.
I remember Sting performing. I just forgot it was the Arcane song.
Okay, narrative. This is just based on what I've been hearing about it. I feel like God of War is gonna win this.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
I haven't played it, so I'm not 100% sure. But like, I still got enough coins. I think I'm gonna go in for a little bit on God of War. I'm gonna do 30.
Do we want to get into the debate of Elden Ring showing up and all of the people hating this pick?
I mean, I think Elden Ring's my favorite story of the year so far. However, I think God of War is an easy lock for this.
Something that I heard someone introduce as an idea, which I actually like, is that there should be two different things, like a narrative and like world building, or world structuring. And because like Elden Ring, the narrative of the game is not a lot, but the narrative of the world is huge.
One benefit we might have
the world,
right? Exactly.
Which is this is where the convo falls apart, though. We can sit here for 30 minutes arguing this.
Well, yeah, it's like, is it what your character experiences, or is it what you're told throughout the entire process? I guess.
Outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game, which is also clear as mud.
Still nothing. And that's for the same reason that like me and like a lot of people love like Fallout and Skyrim, because they're big sandboxes for you to tell your own story. And there's like all this lore lying around, sure, and you can engage with it or not, but like it is a story that you make, and you're gonna enjoy it the way you put into it. Whereas God of War is just I'm sure an excellently written story. You know, it's delivered to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as last year. My favorite story of last year was Returnal, and like that was like, you know, that story is told super strangely. I mean, it's presented in this really weird way, but it's like that stuck with me the most that year. And I think letting games get nominated in that way for being weird with their storytelling is good. So I don't know why people are so upset about it.
Yeah, that's fair. David, you want to put down on this?
It's kind of been a debate since Demon's Souls, really. I mean, it's the same argument every year with the FromSoft game. It's like, oh, this doesn't have a story, or it does have a story. I do think God of War will win this for 30. I will say it's cool to see Immortality here. Immortality kind of has the same argument that Elden Ring does in a way, where it's like it's a very strange story that's told in a very strange way.
Yes.
So like, what exactly
I think that's
going to
come in later, though. Momo.
I'm going to do 50 for God of War.
Okay. Probably a very safe bet on this one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident God of War's gonna win.
Sunny.
Just for I cried in the first 10 minutes.
Oh shit!
So,
okay.
So that's all I'll say.
That's fair.
Sunny, did you cry in the first 10 minutes?
No, I did not. But you know, there's feelings there for sure.
Okay. You want to put down for that?
No.
Okay.
Because I think this debate could easily split this, like, you know, either way.
Adam.
I'm gonna go with God of War. I think Elden Ring has a shot, of course. I feel like there's just a lot of people who are confused with its nomination and narrative, to where it could maybe not win because of that.
I agree.
I think God of War has that shot because of that. So I'm gonna go with 40.
Okay.
It's also interesting that people hate on Elden Ring, but like Horizon has a lot of the similar strengths Elden Ring did, whereas like Horizon obviously is telling a story in itself as well, and you have Aloy's main character. But I think the strength of Horizon Forbidden West over the first game is the world building.
Yeah, it's the world building. It's not the written story. Yeah, 100%.
And the Far Zenith stuff is actually, I find, kind of compelling. But like going to all these different regions and seeing how they've grown over the years is almost like, to me, like almost as compelling as some of the stuff in Elden Ring, and seeing how it got to where it did.
Okay.
And just like to follow up, I agree that there should be a best world building category. I feel like in general we could make an entire podcast over restructuring and remaking categories for this game award. I feel like a lot of that needs to be done with the TGAs.
Yeah. So game direction. I am actually gonna go on maybe a curveball for this. I'm going in on Immortality with my friend Sam Barlow. I'm putting in 60 on this one.
I totally get where you're coming from, because this is a weird one in the sense that, you know, innovation is a big part, obviously, of this category, and both of the big like front runners are not innovative at all. Elden Ring is an open world like innovation of what we've had for the past decade, and God of War is just more God of War.
Yeah.
And I honestly, it would be cool as hell to see Immortality take this.
I think this is their chance to take something real. Like I really do, and I think people know and like Sam Barlow also, which is helpful. But like on top of it, it's just like it's a staggeringly innovative game. Did anyone else play Immortality besides me?
No, I have not.
Not yet.
I just watched a stream of it.
Okay, yeah, I think you really get something different out of playing it, to be honest. I'm
sure you do.
Yeah, like, but I don't know. This game like really blew my mind in a really great way. So I think it deserves all the praise it's gotten. But yeah, anyway.
Because I'll say my experience watching the stream, I was interested but not really blown away by any of it. So I think if I played it by myself or with someone else and we're in a different mindset, I probably would have gotten.
Yeah, I played it with a friend the whole time, which made it a lot better, I will say. Because the whole thing was like theory crafting, like, no, this means this, and like, you know, drawing stupid diagrams, like, no, this is this, you know. But anyway, you want to vote on this?
So God of War 1 2018. This one is basically more of the same, which is, you know, obviously finely crafted directorial work. The single camera stuff again is very, very impressive. Elden Ring, I mean, same thing with all of them. You've got Miyazaki over here crafting magic, literally and figuratively, I guess. I think I'm gonna give it to God of War again for 30.
Okay. Momo?
I'm gonna go Elden Ring for 100.
Wow. Okay.
I genuinely think that, you know, people aren't forgetting. I think maybe the memory is actually just getting better over time. I think it has a shot, but obviously the only issue is that direction is a word that very much is like linked with like film, and obviously God of War is a very like cinematic game, so that is my only worry. But we'll see.
Well, Immortality literally is a series of films.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it would be great if Immortality won, but I don't think it has a shot. Like I would be shocked. I would be shocked. I'd be like, whoa.
That would be huge.
Amazing.
If Immortality wins.
Yeah, it's an inspired ass pick. Like I would love that. It would be beautiful.
I'm really surprised
it's not in for Best Indie. This is the second biggest category. Same thing with like movies.
Yeah, essentially.
And I don't see how God of War or Elden Ring doesn't take it.
It's one of them.
All right, Sonny?
Yeah, I've skipped this one because while I agree, you know, it's probably going to be Elden Ring or God of War, but to me, that's not what. To me, they're not innovations; they're improvements. You know,
I agree.
Yeah.
It's almost like debut. You know, this is like no one's done this before, right?
Yeah, God of War deserved it in 2018.
Yeah,
but now it's kind of just the same.
Yeah.
Same with Elden Ring,
yeah, exactly. I mean, like for me, it'd be like Immortality or maybe Stray. But then I don't think that's the way it's going to go. And
I don't think Stray really didn't do anything too unusual in its structure either. It executed well, but it's what you expect from.
I think I enjoyed it because you're taking the perspective of a cat.
I guess that's true. The way you actually
this is Tokyo Jungle Erasure.
It's you look at the environment differently, right? Like you play a normal game and you'll just pass all these air duct vents. You know, you'll just go right, whatever. This got AC, but like. You're playing as a cat, like that is a genuine method of, you know, gaining height, you know, and just stuff like that.
It is very well designed to explore it as a small character. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to vote on it or put money in?
No.
No. Okay. Adam, do you want to put anything down on this?
Yeah, I will say I said this last year with our podcast doing this that I feel like it's kind of a crime that for this category we're not naming the director,
the actual director.
The actual director. I think Elden Ring wins this because I think voters are going to give Miyazaki like a hey, you've directed all of these really dope games.
It does feel like a culmination of his career.
Yeah,
like it's not necessarily innovative, but it is capitalizing on everything he's done beforehand.
Yeah. I can definitely say
a maximal.
He's the biggest name on this list right now, like the biggest director.
Sure.
It definitely feels like having some film background like I do, it definitely feels like kind of like a Scorsese winning for The Departed. His, the first
or like the Return of the King winning.
Yeah,
winning.
right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Like, hey, we're going to give you this for the culmination of the work that you've done. Not to say that Elden Ring does not deserve it on its own, of course.
No, like, yeah, no, I know what you
Elden
mean.
Ring.
Okay.
So we'll go with 60 for Elden Ring.
All right.
Elden Ring's one of those games. It's like, how do you make a game after this?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how.
Armored Core, baby.
Let's make something completely different.
All right, most anticipated was I was pretty surprised to see RE4 in here, and like slightly surprised to see Hogwarts in here. But yeah, I was like, okay. I thought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would be in here somewhere. Kind of surprised it's not.
Yeah.
But, anyway, I think this is a Zelda, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm putting a 50 on
RE4 is likely just because there's been a lot
of
recently
marketing
on it.
for it recently. Yeah, I can see
that.
And
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm very. This is a
hard
hard one for me because 16's gotten a lot of talk. Did it win last year?
Elden Ring won last year.
Elden Ring won last year. Oh, right, of course, that makes sense. I think it's between 16 and Zelda. I'm more anticipating 16, but I think the average staff is probably thinking Zelda.
Yeah, considering that, like, just if you just even look at the sales of Final Fantasy versus Zelda, it's like, yeah, you can see how many more people are going to be playing it.
So I'm going to say, it's just funny that like none of us are even talking about Starfield. Zelda for, let's put 50.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to rank them, I would put Starfield as the third most anticipated, I think, pretty easily. But yeah,
I'd probably put it 4 after RE4.
Are people excited about Hogwarts? Like, I didn't think people.
No, I mean, I think
to be on here.
No, I mean, people are really hype about it. I feel like I see it on social media stuff all the time. But I think the main thing is that like all of my IRL friends like are really excited about it, and like they don't play a lot of video games, Like people are like,
I also have a similar thing,
right? Like,
or,
it's like
non-gaming friends are like, oh, there's a
Harry Potter game coming. Yeah, it's like it looks good. Yeah, so
yeah, I mean, Harry Potter is still popular, and the game looks good. So I mean, I can see it. I'm gonna put 50 on Zelda.
Okay.
On mine, you didn't put a number on mine.
I'm also gonna put 50 on Zelda. So technically, this is
okay. There we go. Just copy and paste.
It was premonition, really. Sunny.
I'm also putting 50 on Zelda.
Okay. Maybe one of us. I'll putting 50 on Zelda, I guess.
Could maybe, Adam, do you want to put 50 on Zelda?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be the category that gets doubled, isn't it?
It's a pointless one.
It's pointless. We're all just getting free money, or we're losing money. Well, who knows?
Didn't something like that happen last year?
Yeah, we did it with Forza Horizon. We all put 100 on Forza Horizon winning, and it doubled.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
That's stupid. All right, player's choice. I think is gonna be Elden Ring. This is a hard category to predict because sometimes it's the same and sometimes
is this a write-in?
This is a write-in. And what they do is they'll like for the next like few weeks or whatever, like every week they kind of like do a bracket, basically. Not a bracket, but it's like there's like 15 games here that were the most written in, and then there's like first round it's like we'll get rid of 5 of them, next round we'll get rid of 5 of them, and then the next round you choose the winner. So it's like it's not just one game out of all of games ever. It's like narrowed down.
Is this one there? Is this something that we could participate in, or
it's 100% fans.
Yeah, it's all fans.
Yeah, this is 100% a fan. It's not open yet. It'll probably open this weekend, though, I would guess.
Oh, okay. Is it the player's voice one on the website?
Yeah,
it's grayed out currently.
Yeah. Okay. So this one is 100% selected by players, not critics. So that's why it's hard to judge what they want, but I feel like
especially recently with the bashing going on Elden Ring on Metacritic to try to get Sonic ahead of it.
Based. So I'm not putting anything on this. I don't think. I'm not sure. Like, I really don't know what it would be though. Is the thing, right? Like, I'm looking at all the games and like, because a lot of times it's like, what is the thing that got snubbed, and that ends up being here, But like. I feel like can we look at who won in the previous years?
Ghost of Tsushima won, I remember.
Ghost of Tsushima won, which I get. That one was an easy one to predict almost, though. Like that Ghost of Tsushima would win the player's choice.
Did Halo win last year?
No.
Am I remembering that?
Halo is actually in this year's awards because it was after the cutoff and it got nothing.
I thought Halo did win last year.
Yeah.
Wait, for Player's Choice?
Halo Infinite. Yeah, Halo Infinite won last year. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I guess it launched before the awards, huh?
No, it didn't. It's just they were allowing it because the votes, like the multiplayer had launched.
You're right.
At the end of the year, didn't it?
Okay. Yeah, it was right then. Okay, so
people were voting on it before the campaign even came out.
Yes, you're right. So yeah.
Which, in hindsight, I think most of those people would take those votes back.
Maybe.
Yeah, which is so funny.
You know what? Wait, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out what was the most like popular among the peasants. You know, the common
peasants.
folk.
What are these plebs playing today?
I mean, I know what my vote is. If you're so
Overwatch 2.
It's Overwatch 2, baby. I'm David. Do you want to put something down? I think I'm gonna have to skip this. I'm so scared.
The chances of it not being Elden Ring are pretty slim to me.
Yeah, like I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say Elden Ring. I'm gonna put down.
I mean, the fact that this game came out at the beginning of the year ish, and people are still like clamoring about it, which doesn't happen a lot for early games that are this front runner heavy.
Yeah.
And it's a masterful game. It's amazing. So it's going to be Elden Ring for 50.
Okay. And it did also sell fucking gangbusters too. Like that's also a thing you have to factor in with this award. But I think they announced last week it had reached 18.5 million sales.
And it was a very well maintained game from like a patching standpoint, like periodic updates and stuff. Like that kept it kind of in the public eye throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm giving 100 to Elden Ring.
Ooh.
I will never forget the couple of months of its release. The fact that literally everyone in the world played this, even people who don't like Souls. I mean, it was enormous. It sold enormously. I just can't imagine it's not winning.
The amount of people that have played Elden Ring that haven't played any other FromSoft games just blows my mind.
It's insane. Just to give you, and like me, Nirav is one of them. But like also, on top of that, like I still remember when I was in. Like this is like a few weeks after it came out even, but like I was at the gym and I heard these two guys talking about Elden Ring. Like I was at the airport and I heard like a bunch of people just like talking about Elden Ring while I was waiting for the plane. I was like, what the hell?
It was insane. It was just so insane.
Yeah, Sonny.
No, I'm gonna skip this one. I mean, Elden Ring seems like the most likely, but then it's so hard to predict. I mean, because it's not just gamers as general, but the people who are going to be bothered to go on this site and
that's also true.
The Sonic
could be Sonic. Yeah, I was about to say we could come in.
That would be. I would accept that.
I would. Yeah, I would be very.
I would not be sad. I'd laugh. That would just be amusing.
I think this category, like everybody has said, is a super big crapshoot. So because of that, I think those Sony ponies are gonna rise up and vote God of War.
Horizon. Oh.
Wow. I was expecting Horizon for some reason.
I don't know. Okay.
But I'm only going 20 because I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna go in a little harder on this Elden Ring before we leave this category. So fuck it. I'm going in for the 100 too. Let's do it.
Oh jeez. Well,
let's fucking go.
I'll put in 100 too.
Yeah, boy.
I'm a fire starter. Let's go.
All right. So now we're at category last one, game of the year. So I am extremely confident Elden Ring is going to win. I'm not worried at all about God of War because of all the reasons we've listed here over and over again today. I'm going to put in 100 on this.
Elden Ring 200. I mean, it's one of the best games I've played like in my lifetime. So 200 for Elden Ring.
It is one of the 200. All right, let's do it. Fuck yes, dude. Let's go. Fucking go.
I'm also going 100 on Elden Ring.
Yes. More. Sonny.
I'm doing 100 on Elden Ring as well.
Okay. Anyone else want to... Adam, do you want to be the brave one and pick something else?
Oh, absolutely not. Elden Ring is winning the category. Like, come on. It's
if God of War wins, we all have to eat a shoe.
We all have to eat someone else's shoe.
Do they make candied shoes?
We'll do a Sisterhood of the Traveling shoe.
It'll be a candied shoe.
What do you want to put on it, Adam?
100.
Okay.
I think Momo said it earlier when we were talking about direction. Like this is the culmination of this like type of game. Like this is like the game that has like refined and defined that genre at this point. So.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's all our categories here. We're gonna go on to our wild ones with our remaining Toddcoins. So here's my. I'm gonna go ahead and get us kicked off. I'm trying to figure.
Can we do one each, or are we doing all three?
We're doing three. we're each gonna have 3 wild ones. You don't have to bet on your own, but we'll bet.
Well, I mean, can we do like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1?
Oh yeah, that's a better idea. That's a better idea. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. So my first one is Among Us VR will introduce a dating sim element where you can romance your way out of getting killed by a real human imposter.
It's Persona 5 Among Us.
No, but it's Persona 5, but it's real people on the other end. It's not like been written for you.
That's great. That's like right now in Call of Duty, proximity chat is getting a lot of buzz because people can play Warzone and then other teams can hear you talking. And so there's a lot of people that are like banding together and like joining. Because there's even a mode where you can join someone else's squad in middle of the game.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, what's your first one?
So Elden Ring is gonna win narrative. George R. Martin's gonna come on stage and say "suck it, nerds."
He has to say that exact phrase.
Yep.
I was actually gonna mention that earlier. I think like if Elden Ring wins narrative, like I imagine George R. Martin was gonna be there, right? Like he would come up there.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Maybe that's why they did it. Maybe. So my bet is that Nibelian walks up on stage after receiving the Best Content Creator award. He approaches the mic, announces retirement was a ruse to get this reward, and then abruptly sprints off stage. And then the next day, he's back to his job.
That would be amazing.
Hell yeah.
All a ruse, baby. That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, nobody would know, right? Because no one knows what he looks like.
He looks like the guy from Mob Psycho.
They could just see some guy.
I wish that he just turns.
Imagine if just that would be hilarious.
It's just that guy, yeah. All right.
What if Nibble was actually the guy from Mob Psycho?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's him.
Terrifying. Terrifying thought.
All right, Sonny.
Right. Jeff and Kojima will mess up a high five so badly that one of them will get slapped in the face.
This is our reoccurring.
Yeah, this happened last year too.
I love this.
I think last year I said that they would hug for like an appropriate amount.
Yeah,
of time.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Adam.
To keep into the theme of Jeff and Kojima, when Kojima is introduced at the Game Awards, it'll be via like video, you know? And there will be an awkward exchange where Jeff pretends like Kojima is not there in person, and it'll eventually lead to Kojima coming out and trying to surprise everybody that, hey, I'm here in person.
That sounds like almost guaranteed to happen.
Like he's on the video screen, and then all of a sudden it comes out of the stage floor. And
it's going
sprays all around him.
Pretend like he's not actually there in person for like a couple minutes, and then.
If only I could hug you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny.
I always want him to actually still be on video, but you could see him taking that picture that he always puts on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like a selfie stick.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so my next one is that, and I'm gonna post a picture aid for you guys here in the chat. I'll put it in the general here. So there's a new Pokemon called Orthworm, and I am saying that Nintendo is going to announce officially licensed dildos that look like this.
Oh jeez.
Oh my god. You were worried about my wild ones?
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay.
Talk about something that would never happen.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Orthworm. Orthworm.
I mean, if they want money, if they're desperate.
Yeah. By the way,
it's a crossover with
Huh?
The Dune the Dune strategy game, and then you've got double-sided worms.
God, I hate looking at this thing. You know what this is? It's a subway car. Those are like windows on the side of the worm, but the worm is also subway cars.
It's a Totoro worm.
All right, David.
Not to cut in. Sorry, because I want to use the bathroom real quick. So can I go real quick?
Yeah,
so I can
yeah.
use the bathroom. I'm going to say that Ashley Birch and one of her co-stars from Tiny Tina will be presenting an award, and they will do an awkward joke exchange based off of their experience with like D&D and stuff like that.
Okay, that sounds real.
They'll make some jokes that are just not funny at all, which will go in line with Gearbox.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right, David.
So also Kojima train. The pre-show will be just an episode of the Kojima podcast with Jeff as a guest.
That is hilarious.
That's so good.
That's such a good idea.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
All right, Momo.
Square Enix reveals Final Fantasy 13 remake, but like instead of doing what Final Fantasy 7 remake did, it does the opposite, where they squish all 3 parts into one game.
I was thought you were gonna say they turned it into a pixel game.
No,
or something. Which I would play if they made the 13 turn-based. I would definitely play that.
That does sound funny.
Sunny.
All right. Someone will make a bad joke about whether the next Zelda game is Tears or Tears.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Imagine playing 13 and 13-2 in one video game.
Oh my god, what an amazing game. And it's like only 50 hours long, like they cut out all the...
mechanics of all 3 of those games are so different.
But like they remake the combat system to be like the way it is now. Like it's like that, where it's just like, it's modernized like 7 remake, but like all 3 parts, 150 hours are squished into 50 hours.
You get like 50 hours in, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, all those characters are disappearing, and
yeah, it's like, it has like 3. It's like the most crazy paced game RPG of all time. Like it's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm only 13 hours in, and everyone's dead.
And that sounds kind of fun, honestly.
Honestly, right? It'd be a masterpiece. It would be the best one.
All right, here's my last one. When announcing the Game of the Year award, Jeff will begin to award Elden Ring, but then Reggie will run on stage with a note card. Jeff will announce that there's been a mistake and Sonic Frontiers is the actual winner.
Wow.
This is a La La Land Moonlight situation.
Okay. I think they need to be nominated for the La La Land Moonlight situation.
I'm just gonna write Sonic Frontiers is Moonlight.
It's Moonlight. Wow.
All right, David.
I don't know. I only came up with the 2, so I'm racking for a decent third. Can I maybe go last?
Okay, Momo?
So the Game Awards is going to be a super From Software event. We're going to see Bloodborne for PS5 and PC, a reveal of Armored Core, and an expansion to Elden Ring. All 3 of those things will be announced.
Okay, PS5, PC, and then Elden Ring
Armored
DLC
Core,
and Armored Core.
Then, yeah, all 3 of those will happen.
Bro.
This is cope. Peak cope.
It's happening. They're gonna announce it right after BioShock 4. Sonny.
Right. Joseph Fares.
Okay.
Will announce,
he's back, dude.
Well, that is. Yeah, no, you know, I made this very quickly. Announced that his new game is fucking amazing, and that it has no NFTs, metaverse, or any other that shit that other people are doing.
I love this.
Yeah, this is real as hell.
You've channeled him. I'm so ready for this to be real.
That one's.
Will love him.
Also, I think actually, I will say I forgot. Like, I think that usually the winner of the last award gives the Game of the Year. So I'm gonna replace actually Jeff in my situation with Joseph Ferris, realizing that Sonic Frontiers is the actual winner.
Okay. I think the spirit of the bet is intact.
Yeah,
regardless.
I think that's.
We're not gonna.
Yeah.
If Sonic Frontiers wins Game of the Year, we're not gonna say, but Nirav, it wasn't Jeff who presented it.
Yeah, that's not going to be the unbelievable part.
Yeah.
Adam, are you back?
Oh yeah, I am.
Okay.
The presenter for the Games for Impact Award will be President Zelensky of Ukraine.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's amazing! Holy moly!
Holy shit! That's so good. Hold on. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna do mine quickly here. I'm not betting on any of my own because they're stupid. Oh, David, we didn't get your last one yet. Sorry.
I was trying to think of something interesting. I was gonna do some Bloodborne related or Joseph Ferris related, but those guys stolen. So I should have just said my thing before. How about let's see I'm thinking now some Twitter related. So there's gonna be like a Twitter ad that was pre-scheduled with Elon Musk in the ad then has Jeff has to make a comment about afterwards.
Oh Jesus, he's gonna make a comment about it. That's amazing. Okay.
Will he make a comment about sort of video game actors, video game voice actors?
Oh.
Because he made an awkward thing. Obviously, you know,
he did last year about Blizzard or something. I think, right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna actually put in some money on this. Fuck it. I want George on that stage. I don't care. I don't care. and then fucking I'm gonna put in on you know what, Momo? I will say I think one of these things. I feel guaranteed one of these things will be there.
I hope so. If not, I cry.
Well, it's just that's an and bet, right?
That's an and bet.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, they all have to show up.
They all have to show up.
That's why it's a wild one.
It's very wild.
I feel like Armored Core is probably going to be the thing that's there.
I was also thinking like a Silk Song announcement, but that seems we've just like run that thread too thin at this point.
I know, I'm gonna put 30 on this one, then 100 on this. All right, I'm good. David, you want to put some down?
Yeah, let's
140.
Let's put 40 on GR. See which ones speak to me. I like the Among Us one, so I'm gonna put 20.
Hey.
I'm gonna do the podcast one for 30, and then Joseph Ferris for 30, and the Kojima showing up for 10, and Ukraine for 10.
Dude, the Ukraine one is so fucking funny. You still have 40 left. Oh, sorry, wrong column. Let me just undo. Okay. Momo, you got 90
I'm putting
coins.
all my money into Bloodborne.
Why would you do anything else ever? Okay.
Well, I mean, you should have made your wild one not include Armored Core.
I don't care. I'm Dreamer.
I don't care. Sonny?
Oh man, these are really
30.
difficult.
Yeah, 30 coins left.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 10 for the Kojima saying that he's not there, but he is.
Okay.
And 10 for the Ashley Birch one because, yeah, it's something like that's always bound to happen. Really want the Nibellia, and then yeah, we'll do 10 for the GR. You know, the Elden Ring.
Okay.
The
Suck it, nerds. All right. Adam.
I mean, I think Elden Ring DLC is pretty likely in the Game Awards, but
yeah, I can see that. But all three of these things have to happen.
No joke. I think the least likely of those three is Bloodborne. Not even because of the event, but because Sony wouldn't have revealed there. If it did exist, they wouldn't reveal it there.
No, if that existed, it would be in a state of play for sure.
Yeah, it would be in a state of play.
Okay. Adam.
Or like whatever they're in.
Just a fucking blog
you know
post.
what? Let's go 10 on Momo's Bloodborne guess.
Okay.
Because I want to support Momo, and I think it's got a shot.
Thank you.
And then we'll go 20 each on each of mine, because I like to support myself.
Self-love.
Exactly.
That's important.
You
still got 80
that,
coins left.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna throw it over to other guesses on the award side. Up my guesses or up my amounts on the award side.
Okay. How did you bet on everything and still have this much left?
I don't know.
All right. Well, where do you want to put those?
you didn't drop 100 player's choice.
Oh God, no!
Drop them all.
Let's go.
You've got 80.
Yeah, I got 80.
Let's go 20 each on the Final Fantasy 14 community support and ongoing games, and then let's go 40 more on Moss.
When he left.
Hmm.
In our
He
negative.
doesn't. Yeah, go to your Wild Ones tab. It has the actual count.
Yeah.
And then
I see. So you're
over by 20.
Yeah, you're over by 20. Okay.
Let's go 30 more for Vampire.
Well, no, you're already out.
over
You're
by
already
20.
out. I'm just
I'm up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Don't look at the amounts in here. Anyway, it's fine. I adjusted it, so you're at 0 now. Okay, cool. We're all set. All right, so we all bet on Elden Ring for Game of the Year, so I guess it doesn't. Well, David put in 200, so that's the difference.
If it's he will be making infinitely more money than us.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, very cool.
Infinitely more.
All right.
Interesting speculation here. So Elden Ring DLC, pretty likely, I think. Elden Ring winning, pretty likely, I also think. How do you think that'll be structured in the show? Do you think that Jeff designed the show to have Elden Ring DLC after?
No, Elden Ring DLC is the opener, baby.
Yeah, he has stated that he will always end the show with Game of the Year. Always, there won't be anything after.
Okay. What about a DLC announcement going into that?
That would be too.
I don't think it's DLC. Yeah, I don't think it's that. It's
opening with Elden Ring DLC seems
I
like a good choice.
I think if they open with it, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to get spirits up.
Yeah.
Do they show off stuff during the pre-show?
Yeah,
Like
they show new things, but they're all
actually
small.
revealed. They
announced
Sekiro at a pre-show in the Game Awards.
Really? Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Which
maybe.
is shocking. Which is shocking compared to now because that would never be in a pre-show today.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Okay, well, I have to roll out. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be doing a live stream of the Game Awards. It's December 8th, is that right, this year?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Cool. So make sure to catch us on twitch.tv/GameLuster. We'll be there. You can see our faces, and we'll put many whoopers on the screen. Every time God of War or Elden Ring wins, you lose a whooper. Every time something else wins, we get a whooper.
That's gonna be a tough one. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna end up with no whoopers. All right.
How many boy jokes are we gonna get?
Boy.
I think just one.
Oh. Okay.
But it's still gonna feel like too much.
The boy reading, was that 2018's Game Awards when he did the boy joke?
Boy. Yeah, I think so.
Was that 2018's?
It might have been 2019 because they always get the winner to do next year.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool beans. All right, bye guys. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.